Do you guys want a 73% win rate and to checkmate your opponents in 10 moves? So folks, this is the opening just for you if you want all of those things. So folks, this opening is called the Bishop's Opening. It starts with pawn to e4, pawn to e5, one of the most aggressive lines in all of the openings. After bishop to c4, knight to f6. So folks, we get this line which we develop our bishop first than our knights. The next move that we're gonna play is a very mysterious move, trying to gambit the pawn on d4. The next move that we're gonna do, folks, is a very mysterious move, which will bait the pawn to take the pawn on d4, or maybe even the knight on e4. We'll go first to the line of his knight taking on e4. So what if he takes on e4 and tries to occupy some more space with his knight on our territory? So well, we need to go and take the pawn on e5, trying to get some more space on their side of the board, but with our pawn this time. So what if the first line comes in? What if it goes d5? Trying to protect his knight, you can just take the d5 pawn, because after you take d5 pawn, they might go knight to c5. If they go knight to c5, we're actually just gonna go and sacrifice our bishop. Because after the line of sacrificing our bishop, is that we try to force the king to take the bishop. But what if they don't take the bishop? Well then, folks, that is a full loss of them because of this. Bishop to g5. And the only move is to take the bishop, and that would require us to take their queen. So folks, if this check happens, if he goes here, which he cannot, and the only move is here, we will take the... So folks, what if they take the bishop? What if they just take the bishop? Well then, folks, they're gonna undefend their queen. Because if we take the queen right away without doing the x-ray, we just get a trade anyway. So folks, that is nothing if we get a trade anyway. So folks, what if they take the bishop? Well folks, they're gonna undefend the queen. And when they undefend the queen, we'll just take the queen for free. Because earlier, a while ago, we cannot take the queen because of the fact that it's still just gonna be traded. So folks, keep in mind those lines on the board, on this line, so that you could maybe even win a queen in move 7 or maybe on move 8. So there is another line over here on this line. From moving here and then taking with the knight first on e4, and if we take the pawn back, there's another line. Bishop to c5 is another line, attacking our pawn on f2. That is very different. From then we'll go queen to d5, trying to attack their bishop and their knight. So folks, what if we attack so when we attack their bishop and their knight, they might go here, checking our king. Because of the fact, when they check our king, we cannot take the bishop back because of the knight protecting the bishop on f2. So folks, we have to go f1, still attacking the bishop, and having them trouble because we're still in contact with the knight. If they don't move the bishop, well, of course, we take the bishop. Okay, so every move of the bishop, of the dark bishop over here, it's trapped because after he moves the bishop, it's checkmate. So there's no choice but to instead just castle the king and protect your king. And meanwhile, we cannot take the bishop because of the fact it's guarded. So folks, what we end up taking is the knight. So folks, we just won the knight on move 6. And also, we're having the advantage of 1.9 points according to the computer. So folks, this is no joke that you can try this opening. So folks, let's go back and see the other lines. So what if they go pawn takes d4? So what if they take the pawn? We go knight to f3, developing our knight and attacking the pawn on d4. Nothing much over there, but what if they go knight here? So folks, there's two lines over here. What if they go here, or what if they go here? Trying to develop the knight, being passive. But what if they go here? Take the pawn on e4. Well folks, there's another trap for them, and very dangerous trap. After queen takes d4, well then, they will go back, because their knight is being attacked. And now, why is it trapped? Because literally we're having our pieces develop for those two pawns. And they just have +1 pawn, and we have all our pieces developed. And they can also go around here in so many ways. Folks, this bishop could even checkmate the king in the future. We got so many pieces that we can just checkmate the king early in the board. And another line for this, so if they don't want to go to this option, there is a very devious trap for this. So if they go just developing the knight, not taking the pawn this time on e4, well then we castle. Just trying to peacefully castle. But there's bishop to c5. What if they go bishop to c5? There's another line over here, but let's first look at bishop to c5. Protecting their pawn on d4, because it's being attacked by the knight and the queen early on the board. But we can just attack the knight with the pawn on e5. And this rook will come in handy sooner or later because it can protect the pawn, and later it will open up because we can take with the pawn on the knight on f6. So folks, if they go here, trying to go here, attacking the pawn, not letting us have the advantage. Well, there's another trap, because now we go pawn to c3, and that challenges the pawn on d4. When that happens, they can take the pawn, which if they do, we will go and check them again. We will go check them again. But if they go take the bishop, that big temptation for them, well then it's doomed for them, because after queen to d5, that's check. It's literally a fork. So when we check them, we fork the bishop. So folks, when they go here, we can go here. But over here, it's a different story. They're really stupid and they will fall for the trap. Bishop to g5, which will go here and here. But what if they don't do that? Well then, just play normal chess with a piece up. And so there's some lights here, and they will lose. We're not a piece up yet, but they will lose because there's another trap. So folks, after checking the king, they must move the king. We take the bishop. They will go queen to e7, try to attack our queen, to trade our queen because it's so aggressive. And so we will go and take the pawn on c3. But after that, after all the dust settles, we will go take the knight. They will go take our knight. But now they will lose their knight because after rook to e1, it's doomed for them. Because now they must protect their knight. It's being attacked by two pieces, but it's all too late. It's being attacked by the queen and the rook, and it's pinned by the queen. You cannot move the knight or else your queen is going to be taken. So folks, if they go here, it's all doomed. They cannot do anything about this. It's attacking the knight. They cannot move the knight because the queen will be taken. What will you sacrifice, the queen or the knight? Of course, the knight. So they will just do a very useful move, which is the useful move for them, and so they will blunder the knight. So folks, you just won material on move 15. What happens, folks, in the other lines of this opening over here? What if they go here, passively playing again? We go castle, of course. There's another line here. I already told you this a while ago. And so that line is knight takes e4. Pawn, he takes the pawn on e4. What are we gonna do about it? We're gonna go rook to e1, and that's up into the knight. And so if they go here and try to defend it yet again, we go and take the pawn on d5, sacrificing our bishop. If they take our bishop, which is another trap, because after we go here, they cannot go here because this, you cannot take the knight because that literally, opponent cannot take our knight because of the fact that their queen will be taken. So folks, what if they don't take our knight? Being smart again, but they're already in our territory of trap. I guarantee you, you will win a game of this. If they go here, okay, they're being smart. They know how to defend with these lines. But if so, they do that, then we'll just get the upper hand of having more development than him because we already castled and all of these pieces already attacked the king over here. I mean, this knight is already on the way to attack the king side on the black side. So folks, it just got here. And who's even gonna first to win? Of course us. Look at the pieces. It's literally on the king already. So in this line, folks, I told you were going to win in this line. I'm gonna prove it. So folks, what if they go knights here first? Developing their knight, attacking our queen on d4. Well, folks, we're gonna go queen to h4, attacking the knight on f6. They will go bishop to e7. And so we will go bishop to g5, trying to pressure this knight a lot. And so they will try to attack our bishop. But that is a wrong mistake. Because after we castle, and if they castle, after we castle, if they take the bishop, they cannot. Because we will win a free rook, folks, in move 10. So folks, they will not let that happen. And so what if they go and castle instead, trying not to get their rook be taken? Well then, folks, there's another mistake and another trap. Because when we take the pawn on h6, they will take the bishop on h6, and we will take the queen back on h6. And having this queen right here, we could have checkmate early on the board. If they go here, that's a huge mistake. Because we will go here and we have the computer advantage right now. And if they take the queen, their king will be taken. And which are just forking the knight and the king. And they have to go here. And their king is already exposed and we have already taken their knight. What else could you get from this opening? Of course, if they go bishop here, trying to develop the bishop and defend the knight, we will go in castle. They will go pawn here to d4. They will go pawn here, trying to attack our bishop. We will go here, trying to pin the bishop on e7. So folks, if they take our bishop, well then, it's mate in one. Because literally, after this, they cannot take our queen because of the pin to the rook. And also, it's checkmate because he cannot go here, here, here. And he cannot take the queen because it's being defended. And also because of the queen. So folks, I think that's all of the lines of this opening. I hope you enjoyed this cool opening and very, very choppy opening. I suggest you try it. If it doesn't work well, then just try another opening. There's a lot of openings in my channel. You can check them here on my channel over there. Check them on my channel. And one opening over here, trying to win you. Also a trap, gonna win you in so many games. And also, here's the playlist for all of my chess videos. From the start and up to the very end. And also subscribe and like. I would really appreciate it if you would do that. And also to motivate me to make more videos like this. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. And this opening is insane. Peace out. Alright.